Hello, it's me, CGD. The time is 21:03, 29th of the 7th, 2:10. This part is in two pieces. One is a simulation, and the other is taste and preferences. The first part I'd like to address is the prison officers in Brixton Prison and the system they use and the system they have for this particular operation. It's like a system within a system. You have the general populist system, and then you have this unique specialised system which pertains to this operation that Brixton Prison's prison officers use. It's how can I describe it? It's a bit like being in the Cubs or something like that, or the Scouts, where you have Al-Qaeda. Who's number one? Who's the pack leader? And then you have the Scouts or the Cubs who, like, the attendants. They attend the Cubs to get training, discipline, comradeship, friendship. It's a bit like that with these prison officers, but only with the criminal intent. So it's a bit like having two organisations, a core pack which are rotten, and the general populace which will pertain to be good. But unfortunately there's a crossover between the two, and it's the bad infecting the good. So the bad infecting the good are simulating these officers and dragging them into this operation. But that is only a small part of it. What they're actually doing, these prison officers, they're simulating information for the operation they're using. This is part of what I call taste and preferences. They will have a portfolio of work of yours, like your music collection, and they will know who your favourite artist is. They will know what songs are your favourite from that, and even some of the words within the songs. How they manage all this is beyond me, because I've never spoken my personal preferences or taste to any prison officer or official. It's a private thing. You just don't tell them, my favourite group's Thin, or I love Slade or anything like that, or the Rolling Stones. You just don't. You just take it for granted. But these prison officers are profiling all of this, and they think it's funny. But in my case, it's just popped up recently about what my favourite film might be. Well, I haven't decided, but I'm a big advocate of Stanley Turkey Williams, and not so much the criminal element of what he did. There was a bit of hypocrisy around that, but I love him to, dearly for, and respect him for trying to at least show willing, and doing his books, and trying to encourage the kids not to get involved with gang culture and that anymore. So I take my hat off to him on that score. Where I will disagree, and possibly a conflict of interest, would be I personally wouldn't have done what he did while he was in incarceration, but I can understand, with no money, no support outside, other than alleged gang members, which we know as soon as they do anything they just get them arrested, saying you're an association, or or co-defendant, or an accessory, or whatever. It doesn't matter. But Stanley, the principles of what he became in terms of the books and that ethos, and the Nobel Prize nomination, I can identify with. I think that's rather special. The hypocrisy of the gang culture within the prison, I have to treat dubiously. It's not an area I would have chosen to have gone down. But I do empathise and sympathise with people in that plight, because it's very hard if you've got no support out there, and you've got no financial support. It makes life very difficult when you're doing ridiculously long sentences to having no money, because you're dependent on the sort of money you're earning within the system. Now, the taste of people like Stanley Turkey Williams, and that are all being profiled by Brixton Prison as prison officers, they have all this information on their systems, the computer systems, the databases, the hard drives, and whatever. And by the way, Stanley Turkey Williams' film is one of my favourites. It's not the favourite, but it's up there. This was called A Simulation and Preference of Taste. By the way, Sainsbury's Strawberry Fall, when they did make it, was one of my favourite yogurts. Not many people know that. I'm telling you because, you're interested in what's going on with the information with Brixton Prison and its prison officers on searing operation using weapons of mass destruction, weapons of death penalty and weapons of assimilation of information. Thank you.